8th anniversary Ichigo is back again for the 3rd time since he debuted, and we have a Brave Fest banner dropping within less than 24 hours, and is it worth summoning for this character? And the answer is no. You guys want to know why? Then play my intro first.
お前の道はここで終わりだ。その先の力というもの。Bleach Brave Souls.
The first reason, and pretty much the primary one, this character is going to be back by the time the 9th anniversary comes into the game, and that's going to be on July 23rd. The second reason is he's just really underpowered compared to a lot of the new releases that we have gotten thus far, that even Yumichika in this kind of case is considered better than Ichigo, which is saying way too much since this is an anniversary character. And the third reason is, considering we have Brave Fest going on, normally this means that something big is going to be coming right around the corner. Keep in mind, we're going to have Golden Week soon, and it's going to be at the end of the month of April. And last year, we had the Parasol Burn the Witch characters for the very first time. And as you guys already knew, they were the best characters that we had in the game, with Parasol Bruno being a really damn insanely good gauge character, Macy being one of the best speed units in the game, top 5 at that, and Balgo being a great ultimate farmer. So, considering we had that kind of level of quality of characters, I don't doubt the possibility that we'll get something insanely OP by this upcoming end of the month. So that's pretty much all the reasons as to why you guys should not summon on his banner in particular. And I guess if you want a fourth and final reason, he's a premium character. You can pull this character from BBS tickets. I pulled White from BBS tickets and I never pulled him on the banner, which is saying a lot. But anywho, yeah, the rest that I pretty much need to talk about, the banner itself. Now, yes, you're going to be guaranteed 8th anniversary Ichigo once you get to step 20, but I dare say the banner format is actually way worse than any Zenith or Crown summons that you get as a whole, because not only is the percentage rate of getting a 5-star 5%, but you don't have any types of discounts besides the first and second step, where it's only on 150 and 200. And then guess what? For every single multi from step 3 onward, you're spending 250 orbs. Alright, let that sink in. After the first 2 steps, only 250 orbs for every single step, and of course, you do get the occasional guaranteed 5-star by step 5, 10, and 15, and then 20, you get the guaranteed 8th anniversary Ichigo. So, there's that to take into consideration. And the banners fillers, I have to be honest, some of them are good, but most of them, I have to be 100% honest, they are pretty mediocre bad. This Ulquiorra, good skill sets, but the kit just isn't it at all. Tsukishima, great for Guild Quest. He's basically a NAD debuffer for the Melee Squad 0 human. Dordoni, he's just a booster for the Melee Espada GQ, and even then we're due for a new NAD one, and it's unfortunate that the upcoming Rukia doesn't have boost or the booster skill. Kaname, great NAD character for the Melee Oranker Guild Quest, pretty much a must-have alongside Tsukishima. This Rose is a 30% droplet link. This Shuhei sucks. This Byakuya is okay for Guild Quest, it's just that when it comes to Melee Soul Reaper, once you get Unohana with Akon and Shinji, you're pretty much almost never going to use NAD characters ever again for that rotation as a whole. And then Giriko is just a droplet character. The banner just screams mid just by looking at the entirety of it. I do not recommend anyone summoning on this. At max, do the discount multis, but please do not summon when we're very close to Golden Week. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Now, the banner drops tomorrow and will last until the 24th, so unfortunately, there is no way for the banner to coexist when we get the news of what's going to be coming for the end of the month gacha, but know this, end of the month should feature us a power character. Limit Break Request has already given out specific attributes for the type of characters that we got. In January, we had Yuha, who was the Limit Break Request. February, it was Valentine's Day Ruruka. March, it was Sangdu. And then in April, it was Rengiku. And we went through an entire rotation without Power, meaning that Power is pretty much guaranteed to be next. Will Power get its OP unit at last? Unfortunately, that is not guaranteed, considering that they did fumble 1000 Year Blow over Rengiku, so until then, we'll just have to wait. And now, let's just talk about 8th Anniversary Ichigo. It's been almost 9 months since this character has come out, and while he was the very first ever character to introduce Frenzy +3 and the Poise Break skill, sadly, that was pretty much all he got in terms of DPS, because besides Frenzy +3, just 20% full stamina damage boost. And that's already the biggest problem for when it came to this character's damage output. It was actually noticeably lower than Quincy Ichigo, and compared to the Parasol Burn the Witch characters, it was a night and day difference as a whole. And the kit was just okay at best, where he had the 18% shave. In today's meta, that's bad. He does at least have the 750 into Tracking Vortex, so at least that's a good strong attack. And matter of fact, it's Ichigo's strongest SA that you can pretty much make use out of. And then he has a standard full screen 1200 radius SA3, so yeah. As a character, he's good for Limit Break Request and Inheritance Trials, especially Inheritance Trials, because of the fact that he has increased status element chance with Frenzy +3. He can weaken and drain on all of his entire set, and the enemy mobs cannot do anything, making him by far the best autoer for Inheritance Trials, just by having that alone. And in Limit Break Requests, let's say he does have the rules, he's actually pretty good in there because he also has Poise Break. So by the time you get to the tougher mobs where they have Poise, Ichigo will ignore that, allowing him to stun lock those big bad bosses, and also being able to get all the hits in, even with the 18% shave, since it's a strong attack that goes through. So that, in my opinion, is really strong as a skill. But sadly, like I stated again, that's it, because the main problem with this character is the fact that he lacks a ton of DPS. Now, in Very Hard Guild Quest, he does actually quite decently well for both ranged, hollow, and no affiliation. Whether you use him as a main or as a side, he can clear. He's actually not the worst character to use. But for starters, we already have better characters to use for both ranged, hollow, and no affiliation guild quests. Who do we have? Let's just take a look back on who we had again for those GQ rotations, alright? For ranged hollow, we've already gotten better characters. This Valentine's Day Ruruka that we got not too long ago is better than 8th Anniversary Ichigo with all of the stuff that she has. The Halloween Ninny, despite not having recharge, she is actually much stronger than 8th Anniversary Ichigo. And then you have Quincy Ichigo that actually outperforms 8th Anniversary Ichigo, allowing him to clear through a bit faster despite the wonky kit that this character has. And then, who is the other character? Well, 3rd Anniversary Ulquiorra to some extent, but even then, his DPS is actually showing its age. So, yeah, he's already outclassed for when it comes to ranged Hollow Guild Quest. But now, what about ranged No Affiliation Guild Quest? Yeah, there's just no competition. Macy. Macy is the best one that we have, and she just completely obliterates 8th Anniversary Ichigo just by having Frenzy +2, 80% SP boost, 40% Berserker, and then an extra 40% damage to weakened and paralyzed enemies with the 9/16 homing vortex. Like, this is 8th Anniversary Ichigo, just way more cracked. She was the pre-8th Anniversary character. She was the real 8th Anniversary character, if you guys ask me. And then, guess what? Asnod 2 is also gonna be better than 8th Anniversary Ichigo, just because of the fact that, guess what? Frenzy +2, 80% SP boost, and then once you inflict the status summons, you do 40% more damage to weaken and slow enemies. Only difference is that he's very inconsistent with the strong attacks because he doesn't have the 9/16 homing vortex, whereas Macy does have that, and that's basically the biggest kicker. That's not SA 2, but even then, again, he's stronger than 8th Anniversary Ichigo. So again, this character is already outclassed. And what about for when it comes to the Nightmare difficulties? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but at 2.5, level 10 SP and focus, with the best possible build I had on Ichigo, he could not clear Nightmare Hollow Guild Quest. With everything that I had set on him, he just wasn't capable of doing it. And that is a really big problem when an anniversary character isn't future-proofed to the point that they cannot even tackle the hardest content in the game, which is Guild Quest. And that's not really good because White does it extremely well. So like, there's just no debate. And I take back everything I said that was positive about this character. Like, he wasn't the strongest and I was completely wrong. This character, the way of how I can describe him is that he's a good character, but he isn't broken as I thought. He isn't OP as I thought. He's still the best power character that we have, but like, compared to all the other attributes that we have in the game, it's not even a comparison. And that's saying a lot. So, yeah. I'll say this again. Do not summon, 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 do not summon. He's gonna be back on the 9th anniversary banner. And consider this. You want to know how long it's left until the 9th anniversary? We're 3 months away. 3 months away. Let that sink in. 3 months away. If you guys have the patience to wait, it's going to be better. And you'll get even better value for when you pull on it, because there's also going to be the 9th anniversary characters and whatever strong premium and seasonal characters that have come out. So, again, it's best to reiterate, just don't summon. If you guys are looking for a more powerful banner, wait to see what's going to be coming for Golden Week. Just wait for that. And if you guys are just dying to summon, then go summon on Squad Zero, because that's actually by far the best banner that they have dropped this month. But yeah, that is all. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. And I don't plan to revisit 8th anniversary Ichigo again for when his Brave Fest banner returns. So yeah, bye, peace out, sayonara, ciao ciao.